Hello and welcome back. I can't believe there's still a few of you watching. You're joining us here on our photo boards again, where we always start, and we're going to go and have a little walk around the yard and look at what sold for what. And we'll have a general talk halfway through about what the state of trade is like at the moment, what's selling well, what's not, what the seasons are doing. Obviously, you've caught me on a slightly cloudier, wetter day now. We've had some lovely days, but we are definitely just starting to tweak into autumn. So let's go and find out what sold. Starting our runner digger results then, £18,900 on the 12-year-old Case CX50B. Lovely machine, nice and sensible in the hours. Again, only a few thousand, couple of buckets there with it. Plenty of bidding wars over this one though. There were a good few bidders right into the end, and cashed and down, away she goes. Now again, in the grounds maintenance section then, you will remember we spoke about this before the auction. Straight into us from a council, very tidy thing, interesting thing with the 3 flail decks on it. Sold and away to an end user grounds maintenance contractor for £15,670. Fantastic price there, I think. Seems to be in very good condition. 5-year-old mower like this. Very good purchase. So the beet harvester, this drew a lot of eyes on TikTok, had a lot of interest. We had a lot of local and UK based buyers come down, inspect it, have a good look at it. Some really good bidding on this one towards the end as well. Unfortunately, all the local interest was scuppered and she was cashed and done, selling away to the Netherlands for £48,500. So while I've got you here looking at obviously the results we've been going around, we're just going to highlight just a few little gems as well in for the next auction. This one, part of a huge fleet dispersal here, direct from one contractor who's been working on Warner Brothers. There'll be a full video about this guy's machines later, but this one here I just thought I'd see. Parked up, ready for the next auction, 2018 or 19. Lovely little JCB robot skid steer there with the telescopic boom, with the bucket, with the forks. Whole lovely little setup that. Let's keep going. JCB 86C here, 2019 in the year, sold and away direct to us from the hire fleet, sold into the trade for £22,000. Very up in the hours this one, a little tatty in the paintwork, a little crease on the bonnet there, but nothing that the trade won't sort out. Always an interesting lot, a cat challenger, especially an old girl like this. We talked about her before the auction. Direct to us from end user, coming in and going straight back out the gate again up to mid Wales, sold and away for £16,000. Lovely old girl there, a little low on the tracks, but that'll get sorted out in no time. And the 6-year-old Vogel paver here, 1803 Super. Very good things, you get plenty of these come through on a regular basis from a leasing company. This one in particular looking a little sad there with a soft tyre, but she was cashed and away, sold and done, going to the Netherlands for £43,500. More in the mini diggers now. Another lovely pair that we saw coming across the photo boards before the auction. 11-year-old little 1.5 ton Takuchas, straight to us from a hire fleet, sold and away, 2 different purchasers, end users, at a little over £6,000 a piece. Little bit of age to this one here, the 17-year-old 524-50. We saw this before the auction, sold and away to an end user. Very versatile little machines, these hold their value wonderfully, £16,500. So looking forward to that going out the gate. And here we have then the JCB 542-70 Agri Extra 2022. You saw me bring it in the yard, drive it in. Absolutely fantastic thing. Interesting on the pin and cone headstock. Sold and away, cashed and done to an end user purchaser. Always the better prices we get. £46,000. Lovely machine that. So we've heard a few of the results now of a few machines. We're going to have a little walk down the dumpers now. Trade was very good at the last auction. We got majority of things, did get some very good bids, did get sold. Obviously, being the middle of August, a lot of our purchasers are away on holiday. We've missed on only one or two machines really. Got some really strong bids. I can see a sold sticker in the window of this one. A lovely cab dumper there, only 4-year-old, direct from Ardent, so that's good news. What's the market doing at the moment? Machines are still selling very well. We still get plenty of demand. I think whoever you speak to knows that 13-tonners are perhaps a little bit weak at the moment. Mini and midi plant, we were again blown away just by how much interest there was. There were plenty of bids coming in throughout the day, as well as telehandlers. Dumpers very slightly sticky, but again, still plenty of bids coming in. Obviously, listening to the news recently, the pound is just starting to weaken a little bit again. Obviously, we've had a bit of a strong run, so that's really going to help export now over the next few months, I think. We've had a few quiet export buyers in the last month or two, so they're obviously going to be lowering on stock. I'm just looking about what else in the yard. We've got plenty more coming in for the next sale. But let's just go and tell you a few more results before we go. Bit of a beaten up old girl here, 15-year-old, direct to us from Suez Waste, sold and away, going to Poland, I believe well up in the hours, this one as well, as you can probably see, £17,500. I'm sure it'll handle some waste over there very well for them. Right, we're down in the tractor row now, and we're going to have a look at these three leftover John Deere 6110Ms. There's a 6130M there. Obviously, there was one here before the sale. All four sold, so that was great news. Straight from the Forestry Commission, all four sold over reserve. Just topping the average, with just topping over 30,000. I think there was a spread between about 29,000 and the 6130 was about 33,000. They went to different homes. Two went to a trader, two went to end users. This one's actually going to an end user over in Ireland, so looking forward to that one going. We are going to do the phytosanitary certificate and get it all cleaned up and ready for export. That's something we can always do for any tractors which are sold. Let's go and see what else sold. Right, you join us back now at the 16-year-old Case 590 backhoe loader. You saw this before the auction being put through its paces. I believe it may even have been that gentleman himself who bought this machine direct from the Environment Agency for £25,400 was what the timer stopped at. Lovely machine, lovely price. Let's keep going. Just coming towards the tail end of grounds maintenance now. We did have a very good clearance in the mowers, however. Some really interesting, good trade. Obviously still plenty of work out there, lots of grass still growing. This little one here was probably the star of the show. Top dog in the row of about half a dozen or a dozen little remote control mowers direct from the Environment Agency, as seen on Clarkson's farm, the exact same shape, make and model. This one sold and away for £18,520. So here we are, just next to the remote control mower as well. We saw this before the auction, the full setup. We've got the rear linkage, we've got the mid-mounted deck, and we've got the front loader with a bucket direct into us from the trade. 12-year-old this, the 2720 Little John Deere with the hydrostatic drive, sold and away £6,650. That was above reserve with plenty of bidding. Looks like a good buy to me. Plenty more results in the catalogue. Do head over and check them all out. Another little spot here, one straight in for the next auction already. A very early Manitou 18 metre, one of the earlier ones in fact. This one fitted with the side shift carriage. Going to be a really interesting lot for the next auction, very low reserve. Where else were you going to find an 18-year-old 6465 tractor like this with such fantastically low hours, just under 4,000 hours, and the McConnell PA60 flail on the back? Who knows? But someone found it here and it sold for £27,500 in our last auction. Huge price for a lovely tractor direct to us from the Environment Agency. Hope that does someone a great job. Now, you'll remember before the auction, we talked about this one, lovely little thing, which I drove back straight from an end user farmer. Going guided at £40,000 in the auction. This was a 2019 New Holland T6 175, sold and away, cashed and done to an end user, £43,750. Brilliant price there. Yeah, very good sale. Another little sneak preview here for the next auction. This gorgeous old girl has been on the same job for the last 20 years. Looks extremely straight and tidy for her age. Back in the 80s, this one. Do check that out on our next catalogue, because it will be available, it will be for sale, it will be going to the highest bidder, so do not miss out. So again, just quickly, while you've joined me on the yard, in amongst the loading, in amongst the collections and the lotting up for next sale, we have this wonderful X-Tech Crusher in for next auction. Looks a bit beaten, but she starts and runs absolutely lovely. You'll get on the next catalogue and watch the working video and check that one out. Just a final teaser here then for what's coming into our next auction. Check this out here, the Somero S22EZ, direct to us from a finance company, only collected yesterday, already on the catalogue online with a working video. Very specialist bit of kit these, very highly technical, should garner a lot of interest for that next auction on the 13th of September. Not 100% sure of the year, but I believe 2019. I will wait for the finance company's invoice where we can advertise that on the website. Do go over, head to the catalogue and check it out. So join us up here on the loading bays now, nearly at the end of the video, don't you worry. We've got plenty being loaded up and looking to go out of the gate. Now do follow us on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You'll find us everywhere. We're also just going to see now, it's quite good, we've got a couple of tractors coming in by the looks of it, ready for the next auction. So that follows on nicely. Head over to our next auction catalogue on the 13th of September. You'll find plenty of machines, tractors, excavators, telehandlers and the like there. If you want to see our full results, you can head over to the catalogue, which ended on the 9th of August. We always keep our results very public. We're very proud of how much we sell things for. You can keep checking that out. If you want advice on values for your machinery, you can give me a call on 07969 410 777. I'm sure that number will appear below as if by magic. And if you need help with haulage, with finance clearance, with entire fleet dispersals, anything like that, do give me a call anytime or give us a call in the office. I'm more than friendly.